Thank you for staying with us. On Thursday, protest action erupted in the embattled Matlosana municipality in the northwest following disputes over councillor candidate lists, among other things. Bafedile Moerane was there.
They have water, they do not have electricity, no toilets. So that clearly shows, Michelle, one of the issues that really the new mayor needs to deal with, even if we know that it's only for a period of a month before the the local government elections, rather. I talked to Thandeka Dodovu. She is the owner of this particular yacht. Thandeka, umo frustration ngwana ko gae go tlogetswe foundation ke efa ba reng ba puso ke la bo ikgolaganya le puso kana bo ikgolaganya le mokhanselara go find out gore matsapa ke eng.
Ke a lebogile le tlile mo jareteng ya 1692 matata mangata mo foundation e tshetswe ka February beke ya di 19 because ke bedeile ka di 24 tsa February ke bedei foundation ina le beke until today beke go go masipala ka around June July ha ke tsena ko housing ke ba fa idea ba re ke mo teng ga ntlo but surprisingly ntse ke dutse ka slap e bile sena le di crack mo le se a thubega ke na le
well, thank you so much for joining us, Councillor. The community members have said that they have tried to engage you as the municipality with regard to the issue of the unfinished RDP house projects. What's the delay? What is the problem? I'll hold it for you.
Thank you very much. My name is Stephen Barnes. I'm the councillor of Ward 4. Now, let me clarify the issue of housing first. Now, unfortunately, I have to agree that there is a delay in the housing project. 4 contractors was appointed, and 2 of those contractors are already gone. They were very fast. They finished the houses in time, and then they are out. Now we are remaining with 2 contractors, which there is a delay. As the community, I have to agree there is a delay by these contractors. But now the delay is, you must remember, we were having COVID-19 and all of those things, and then also the biggest problem was the late payments of the Department of Human Settlement. That was the explanation of the contractors.
I've been here since 2012. Yes, some of them I see back replay. But housing department in a report, so since well everybody vote. Batho ba bangwe ba batla go tsaya batho ko sa itsinteng ba bangwe batho ba mekhubu matlong a bone ba batla go dira ba tse batho ba ba be ko ba ipeing go dira gore batho ba ba vote gona no ba batla go lwantsha councilora ba re councilora ga e bereke councilora ntse bereka re nele mathata gore last year no gona le bo di COVID di ending so contract ne di slow somewhere somehow. So
the situation is now out of order. If I could as well like to pen there such an inconvenience where we are seeing the travelers here, they've been blocked from passing through. Some of them, when I gauged them earlier on, they are saying that they are on their way to work. This is the road that is linking Klerksdorp and Mahikeng. They are also saying that they have to travel to as far as Mahikeng. This is in relation to the unhappiness over the ANC candidate list. Now I'm here with Pakiso Mpikela. We've seen that you are protesting. Was there no other way that you could take to raise your concerns with the ANC?
We had given ANC an ample time to deal with the matter. We respected the organization and its processes. And it has come clear to us that indeed the ANC doesn't respect the interest of the masses. ANC took the processes to the communities to say the final arbiter of the processes is the community. That is why today, when we pick up the final outcomes of the list, the community rise up and said to us, no, we feel that ANC had undermined us. We had given them an ample time when the IEC was opening the processes. We knew very well that at Ward 1, the candidate that was number 1, it was Gabriel Pakiso Mpikela. At Ward 2, the candidate that they had listed into IEC is somebody whom did not even contest it. Now it shows clear that whatever that they did to say to us we must go for the reruns, we must adhere to the rules and regulations, we must adhere to the guidelines, it was only a fallacy. But after the SG wrote a letter to Comrade Chauke, we thought that Comrade Chauke will be able to do the right thing. But indeed, the community now is suffering the consequences of factional politics of the upper structure of the ANC.
The digital vibe saga, which cost former Health Minister Dr. Zweli Mkhize his job, continues to haunt the department. Now, 6 officials from the Department of Health have been suspended over the controversial contract. More suspensions and arrests are imminent as investigations continue.
Now, this report and the documents indicate misconduct, possible misconduct by 9 officials. But it's important to indicate that 3 out of the 9 are actually not in the department. 1 was previously in the department, our former Chief Financial Officer, but who subsequently joined another government entity which reports to another government department. So out of those, in terms of this particular aspect of the report, there are 6 officials who the acting Director General has to take steps against. The other 3 officials are employed by, as I've said, other government departments, and the acting DG has already been in touch with their heads of departments to inform them in terms of what steps are we taking and what is expected. We take seriously the evidence gathered by the SIU and have noted the view that there may be scope also for criminal charges. Though we are mindful of the fact that probably further investigations may need to be done in this regard, and also knowing the approach of our legal system, that until somebody is found guilty in a court of law, they remain innocent. But we take cognizance, and that's why we are taking precautionary suspensions, because the allegations are very serious while awaiting the formal processes. I would like to unreservedly tender our public apology to all South Africans for this very unfortunate and really, very devastating saga in terms of the confidence of the people in our institutions. And we would like to assure the public that we are going to thoroughly and decisively act and ensure that nothing is swept under the carpet. We acknowledge the impact of this on the image of our department, the Department of Health, especially in terms of our capacity to provide public services. So it's not just a question of image, but it's also a question of it's really done a very devastating impact on our own capacity. The integrity of hundreds and thousands of government officials and public servants, and especially in our space of providing health to the public. It doesn't help when there is a lot of suspicion on the people who must run this system. So we want to assure the public that we will do everything possible to correct this. Because we are conscious of the fact that there are many hundreds and thousands of honest public servants, both in our department and elsewhere in the public service. Many who go about doing their duty, if you speak especially in the health system, in our clinics, in our hospitals, everywhere, very honest public servants risking their lives on a daily basis. And this kind of development just demoralizes them. And it's our responsibility to bring back their morale and their trust. You can imagine we are doing this in a department currently where you have a DG who is on suspension. You therefore have to have an acting DG who has been a driver for the vaccination program. So he's going to be removed from that. And then we have a Deputy Director General who is also seriously implicated. As we speak, 3 other senior officials in the department and 2 on a more junior level. So all those people, are going to be out of circulation. And I can tell you that this happens at a time when already in the department we already had a lot of acting managers, senior managers. We will feel the impact, but we will do our best to make sure that the services on the ground don't suffer immediately in terms of the fight against COVID-19, including the vaccination program, the support to our colleagues in the provinces in terms of making sure that the health system itself, that's what we're focusing also on, the capacity beyond just COVID, dealing with other challenges of health services. We're going to do our best to make sure that all this destabilization does not ultimately affect the capacity of the health system, the public health system, to deliver services.
Aluta Pasile, the boyfriend of late Fort Hare University law student Newzroom Afrika, made his second appearance in court on Monday for her murder. Malungelo Boy filed this report.
Aluta Pasile cut a lonely figure during his second court appearance on Tuesday. The 29-year-old is charged with the murder of final-year law student Newzroom Afrika. During the brief court appearance, Pasile confirmed he will conduct his own defense. He declined to apply for bail. The state alleges Pasile murdered Mdebeni in a fit of jealousy, dismembering the 23-year-old and dumping her body on the streets.
We're collecting more evidence. We've got evidence, and we're collecting more evidence to this about this case. So we're very confident about our case. We're building a strong and solid case.
Outside court, a handful of activists and students from Fort Hare University had also gathered.
The war is about to be victory. We will not get tired. We will not get weary. We will continue to fight until justice is served.
Authorities in the Eastern Cape say this case is just one of several in the province that they are monitoring.
Gender-based violence is really based and founded on patriarchy. Now, we know that and we understand that we are a highly rural province. And the first step is to have everyone, including traditional authorities, including men's sector, coming on board. Because gender-based violence does not begin and end when a woman is killed, but it begins when they are marginalized, when they are assaulted, when they are raped. And you find traditional authorities saying they are going to discuss it in traditional councils.
Pasile's case has been postponed to November the 9th for further investigations. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Malungelo Boy in East London.
Some relief for small businesses and the country as a whole. President Cyril Ramaphosa on Thursday announced the move to level 1 of the lockdown.
Following the meetings of the National Coronavirus Command Council and the President's Coordinating Committee, Cabinet has decided to move South Africa from adjusted level 2 to adjusted alert level 1 from midnight tonight. The following measures will then apply as part of alert level 1. The hours of the curfew will change from 12 midnight to 4 a.m. Non-essential establishments like restaurants and bars and fitness centers will need to close by 11 p.m. now to allow their employees and patrons to travel home before the start of the curfew. The maximum number of people permitted for attending meetings indoors will increase from 250 to 750. And the maximum number of people permitted to attend meetings outdoors will increase from 500 to 2,000. Where the venue is too small to accommodate these numbers with appropriate social distancing, then no more than 50% of the capacity of the venue may be utilized. The maximum number of people permitted at a funeral will increase from 50 to 100. As before, night vigils, after funeral gatherings, and after tears gatherings are not allowed because they've been proven to be super spreader events. sale of alcohol for both off-site and on-site consumption will be permitted. They will be permitted according to the normal license provisions of such establishments. However, no alcohol may be sold after 11 p.m.
Still to come in this episode, the business sector has been a hive of activity this week. Stay with us.